Thank you, guys. I am sexy, aren't I? We have a big show for you tonight, folks. Big guests are here. We're going to have a good time. I'm in a great mood. I think we all have to be in a good mood tonight because, as you all know by now, President Clinton was acquitted of both charges today, and the impeachment trial is finally over. Isn't this great? It's finally over. It's done. Unfortunately, there is bad news. I don't know if you heard this, but Ken Starr is now accusing the president of having an affair with the purple Teletubby. Depressing. He and Tinky Winky are close, apparently. I just wanted to say Tinky Winky. Interesting news, according to a new poll, 75% of Americans say that President Clinton's faults are no worse than most other presidents. Yeah, and after hearing this, President Bush said, "Hey, if that's the case, someone owes me an intern." Now, trust me. And then, this is pretty interesting. Last thing I'll mention, in a statement to the press this afternoon, the President Clinton issued a statement, and he said, "I believe that anyone who asks for forgiveness should be prepared to give it." That's right. The president went on to say, "And I feel the same way about oral sex." It's important. I just wanted to say oral sex, too. I got Tinky Winky and oral sex in. And if you believe Mr. Fabio, they go together. Let's talk about the show tonight. Big show tonight. We have the host with us tonight of the show, politically incorrect, very funny guy, Bill Maher, is on the program. Bill Maher's here. He'll tell us what's going on, because we don't know. We also have one of my favorite guests on late night. I just love it every time he comes by. Ladies and gentlemen, Fabio is in the building. Just check him out when he comes out here. It's pretty amazing. And then musical guest Orgy on the show. Whole lot of show. Yep. And then he's sitting right over there. All hail Max Weinberg and his Max Weinberg. How are you?
Good.
Did you watch this thing unfold this morning? The whole vote.
I did not see it.
You know, it went pretty much the way everybody thought it was going to go. Senate voted. The vote was pretty much what everyone said it was going to be. So there wasn't a lot of surprise.
Right.
But we got to talk about something. You know, we don't have a joke here or anything like that. This really happened, and we're just more confused than anything else, because Andy and I were watching this just before the show. Trent Lott started the whole proceedings this morning by getting up and speaking before the Senate, telling them this is what we got to do today.
Right.
Right? And something was going on behind him, off to his right. I guess one of the senators. I don't know who this guy is.
I don't know either.
But he was up
Very
to
odd,
something, and if you know what the hell's going on, please write in and let us know. Just take a look at this. There's Trent Lott in the foreground. He's talking. This guy behind him and to the right starts opening a package. All right? While this is going on, he's on national TV. Starts opening the package. He gets this thing out. He's like, oh. Then he holds it up. And he's like, look what I got. Me and the missus are going to have fun with this. And then he starts reading the instructions. And then he starts showing it to people. What is that? I'll see you a little later on.
I think that he could probably be charged with brandishing.
Something.
Because that was brandishing.
Brandishing.
Yeah.
And it kind of looks evil, that thing.
You know what? Actually, though, seriously, my guess is nose hair trimmer. Seriously, that is my guess. And it makes sense because you got to think there's a lot of nose hair. A lot of nose and ear hair in that
So he
place.
was happy to get it.
Yeah.
I don't know. The whole thing just seemed, is that the time to open the present?
No.
Trent Lott is making the speech on the most watched day in the history of the Senate, whether they're going to remove the most popular president we've had recently or not. And this guy's like, I got to open it sometime. Now, I think. Yeah, oh, what's this?
I got this box. It's marked Doc Johnson.
All right. Well, I don't know. I'm glad this thing's finally over.
Me too.
We can all move on to better things.
Right. We can find something else to make jokes about.
I don't think so.
Oh.
No, we're through.
Yeah.
No, I want to talk about Valentine's Day.
Okay.
Which is Sunday. Do you have big plans, you and the wife?
No, I think we're going to play it by ear this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of pressure on guys, which, you know, women today were saying to me, the women in the office, what do you got planned? You and girlfriend, what are you going to buy her? What are you going to do? Big plans? Because women make such a big thing, and guys are always like, yeah, you know.
Right.
We just got Cinemax, so I thought we'd watch it. Big plan. But we do have a very special treat for Valentine's Day this year. Our very own Max Weinberg, believe it or not, has put out a videotape, and it's called Max Weinberg's Romance Tips, as seen on TV, which I guess means here. You happy about this, Max? Yeah, first of all, congratulations. This is exciting.
Well, thanks, Conan. You know, I'm really proud of it.
Well, I would hope, yeah. This is, and it comes with, you know, it comes with its instruction book right here, and sort of a manual that tells you what's going on. And I thought we should flip through this thing and check it out, see what the different tips are that Max is offering.
Yeah.
Give people a free sampler, see if they're interested in buying the video. And there are different tips here, and this first one's interesting. The first tip is women love to be serenaded. Is that true, Max?
Well, Conan, you'd be surprised at how well that works.
All right, well, I want to check that out. You see, we got the tape loaded up. Let's check out that part. Liz?
Women love to be serenaded.
Angela, this one's for you.
belong.
Here's another tip. It says right here, direct communication is the key to any healthy relationship.
Honesty is everything, Conan.
You think so? All right, let's check out that part of the tape.
Direct communication is the key to any healthy relationship.
As I see it, you have two options. Either take off your bra right now, or you're out of a job.
Okay, that was heartwarming, Max.
Thank you.
Here's a nice piece of advice. It says right here, I think this is true, a confident man is an attractive man. You say here, Max, that nothing is sexier to a woman than a man with incredible self-esteem, confidence. Is this the case?
Trust me, Conan.
Based on the last two, no. Let's check that out.
A confident man is an attractive man.
I am a good-looking guy.
Excuse me?
My face is perfect. And check out these muscles.
That's great.
You think that was great? Look at this wall of steel. Bravo, don't you think? Go on, hit me.
I really don't think that's...
No, really, don't worry about a thing. I'll be okay. Go ahead, hit it.
Okay.
Classy show tonight, old friend. Check out this next one right here. Next tip says, it actually seems like a good tip to me. It says, shower her with sexy gifts.
Oh, this one never fails, Conan.
Yeah, I would think this is pretty safe. Shower her with sexy gifts. Let's take a look.
Shower her with sexy gifts.
Oh, Max. Oh, that feels so good.
Oh, I'm glad. Baby, I got something special for you.
Oh, Max.
Why don't you, slip it on?
I'll be right back.
Oh, baby, I like it. Yeah.
You know, more than the actual joke in that one, I like the fact that she stepped into a closet. You know? We couldn't afford a set that had another room. That's how well we've been doing. Next tip right here. This is interesting. It says, practice on your friends. You say here, Max, that men are nervous before a big date, and you suggest trying some role-playing, which is...
Well, you know, Conan, it can really make a difference.
All right, role-playing. Let's check that out.
Practice on your friends.
See, I think if you came in there...
Right, I think that's good, but
Right.
then you're going to
Hey,
have
guys.
to really...
How you guys doing?
Hey, Max.
Yeah.
Hey, Max.
Hey.
Yeah, but you're going to have to really, like, be on my line there. You're going to have to, like, almost interrupt me.
I will.
You know, so
yeah.
I can't
'cause
even...
We'll get to...
Can't even get to the end of that. Right. Yeah. Yeah, the timing's real important there.
Maybe later.
What am I, a buffet table?
All right, and finally, last piece of advice here, Max. Always bring flowers. Now, Eve says on the first date here, always bring flowers. And I'm curious, does it still work? Bring flowers on the first date?
Well, you know, Conan, it may be old-fashioned, but it never fails.
Let's take a look at that one. I want to see.
Always bring flowers on the first date.
I hope you like flowers.
What's going on? Don't ask.
Willpower.
Curious how the flowers are. Forget it. All right, this is very nice, folks. Check that out because it's As Seen on TV, Max Weinberg's Romance Tips. Take a little break right now. I think we're all in the romantic spirit. When we come back, Mr. Bill Maher is going to be here to tell us. Everybody, we are back. Every weeknight you can see my first guest as host of Politically Incorrect on ABC. Please welcome Bill Maher. My friend,
I brought
how's it going?
this in case things start to drag, but no. Did you see this? I want to get right to this. This is the front page of the New York Times. Did you see Linda Tripp? Look at her now. Why don't these women do this before the scandal? Before they put us through this, if she had just got this haircut, looked like this, she wouldn't have been so pissed off. She wouldn't have been taping her friends. Paula Jones, same thing.
Do you like the new Linda Tripp?
All right, forget the paper. That's the last time the New York Times.
Yeah, well, you've been steering away from the impeachment trial because you're bored with it. You've had it.
I think they're bored with it, right?
Yeah,
Weren't
everyone's tired of it. America's had enough.
Yeah. I'm bored with it, and I don't like the way it's covered. I don't, even when people argue, you know, it's never the human side. You know what I mean? Nobody thinks of the 50-year-old man and the 20-year-old girl, you know, it's Valentine's Day. You know, when they were together, there really were 2 less lonely people in the world.
I didn't know you had this warm side to you.
No, but I mean, don't you think that's true? Don't you think they were actually less lonely, that they had something, and that people shouldn't judge that?
No, I think we should judge and make fun.
Okay.
But that's just me.
Nobody gives Clinton credit for the sex he didn't get. I mean, he's a horny guy.
Like you're defending him a second ago.
It's true. I think you have to put it on a sliding scale of how horny you are.
Right.
For a guy that horny, 10 times in 16 months with her? Mm-hmm. That's much better than I thought he was. I mean, put it on this scale. Charlie Watts of the Rolling Stones.
Right.
Well known, been on the road with them 30 years, never had a groupie. You got to try not to get when you're the drummer for the Rolling Stones. He obviously doesn't care that much about
He's
sex.
not interested.
He is not a horny man.
Right. So Charlie Watts
is the drummer for the Rolling Stones. Did I make that clear? They're a rock group who probably get a lot.
Absolutely. You're wrong.
Nothing. 30 years, never had a groupie.
They have a lot of self-control, the Rolling Stones.
No, he does.
I know.
Because he never had. So, I mean, if there's Bill Clinton on this end and Charlie Watts on the other end, I'm just saying, just judge them by how much they want it versus how much they resist. And I think Bill Clinton resisted, and I think, you know, in 10 years, they'll be naming high schools after him.
They'll be naming something after him. I don't know if it'll be a high school.
Kids playing for the Fighting Cocks. You know, the crowd. I knew
Well, you yourself...
Your audience was there, you see?
Oh, nice shot. You yourself are single, okay? Doesn't mean you're not a romantic man. You're certainly interested in
romantic.
Women. You just have decided, I do not want to get married. That's something that you're not crazy about.
Well, you know, I'm 43 and I never did get married, so do the math, you know. Obviously not. It wasn't an appealing thing to me.
Right.
I came close a couple of times, but, you know, it's not an institution that is the best advertisement for itself.
Right.
You know, it doesn't work at least half the time. If that
He's married. And you chose to look at him. Yeah. That's what I thought was interesting.
It's fine, mister.
Yeah.
The guy who had the best romantic quote about marriage, Donald Trump. Have you had him? You must have. He's a New Yorker.
Yeah, he's been here.
Okay. I mean, when he married Marla Maples, I asked him why was he getting married, and he said it was right after remember the Long Island shooting? On the Long Island Rail? He said that just happened, and he made him realize how precious life was and how much, you know, that to me, honey, there's so many nuts out there, let's just do it.
Maybe I'm a romantic fool, but, well, you don't even like Valentine's Day, do you? You don't like people celebrating the institution of marriage?
I like it, no, but when you're single, you know, and trying to stay single, you got to get out of town on Valentine's Day, you know.
Right.
You got to make yourself scarce, so. I usually book that gig in Alaska on Valentine's Day, the Nome Comedy Club there.
Do you go, you have an idea for your own? Is this true? You have your idea for an own holiday for single men? Is that right?
Bachelor Day?
Or is it for, who's it for, this holiday, Bachelor Day?
Oh, that we did years ago as a modest proposal on our show. But somebody told me since that I forget what Scandinavian country where they actually do it, which Bachelor Day is that married people get 1 day a year where you do not come home and no questions are asked.
It's a German thing, actually.
It's a German thing?
It's called Fasching, yeah. It actually is.
You seem to know a lot about this, actually, Andy.
But it's like this. It's all tied up with Carnival, the same thing. It's all tied up with Carnival, the same thing.
But it's legal, right? I mean,
yeah. Well, I mean, it's not. It's one of those legal things. It's, I don't think that people really get away with it. I think that it's just.
So the idea is that, and it works because you have to have an agreement that no one's going to ask questions. Everyone's got to just obey. Like, guys can go off and no one's going to ask any unpleasant questions.
1 day a year, is it that much to ask?
Right, but and the Germans are traditionally very forgiving people. It obviously works beautifully.
Things just roll off them.
We taught them a lesson in 1918. They've hardly bothered us since then.
There was I don't remember. The View. Let's talk about The View because you were on recently.
Yes, I co-hosted The View.
You co-hosted The View. Are you the new replacement?
What happened?
For Debbie Manopoulos? What's happening?
No, don't say anything mean.
Okay. No, that's not me. You were on The View recently, and you commented on Barbara Walters' physique. Is that right?
Oh, if you mean her rack thing? Well, well, the only thing I could think of is they were reading quotes, and she read quotes from celebrities, and then we commented on them.
Right.
Like you do here.
Right.
No. And one of the quotes was from Geraldo. It was Geraldo saying Barbara Walters is a very sexy woman and has a great body or something. And then Barbara took her, sweater, not her sweater off, but she showed that she was wearing a tight sweater, which she, entertained the audience with, and I just, as a natural good host, said, check out the rack. That's so wrong?
That's not wrong. I find her intimidating. We got run, but politically incorrect, of course, on weeknights at 12:05 on ABC, and you are doing a show on Monday. It's a special show, is that right?
Oh, yes. We're doing President's Day. We're going to do a politically incorrect from 1799. So we'll all be in powdered wigs and Elton John-like birthday costumes, talking about the issues of the day, like slavery, that were actually alive issues 200 years ago, but, totally ad lib. But those the issues from 200 years ago. And then Tuesday we have Jerry Falwell to answer about the Teletubbies.
Yeah.
They're hissing.
It's a pro-Teletubby crowd, actually. Well, Bill Maher, thank you very much for being here. Best of luck with that.
Okay, thanks.
Good to see you again. Bill Maher, Fabio coming up. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. Folks, you got to stay tuned next week. We have some great guests coming up, including Jennifer Love Hewitt, Rosie Perez, Andy Garcia, Andy McDowell, and much, 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 much more. So check out that stuff. That'd be cool. Folks, if you're not aware, February is sweeps month. And that means all the networks are trying their hardest to get the highest ratings possible. Now, NBC is no exception. In fact, let's meet right now the man who works harder than anyone to keep people watching NBC. Please welcome NBC's very own must-see Marshall and his buddy Cletus.
It's Conan O'Brien and Andy Richter. You boys best listen up to what the marshal has to say, because he's the roughest, toughest, ruinest, tunest day never.
Cletus! Don't worry about Cletus, boys. He's all worked up about this stew.
You're darn right I am, because it's the best darn stew you ever seen. Look at them carrots and taters, and there's just a hint of paprika.
Cletus! So how's NBC treating you, boys?
Oh, it's treating us great, Marshall. In fact, I was just telling Andy that
You've been watching NBC real regular now?
Well, yeah, of course I have.
What were you watching 8:30 on Sunday night?
8:30? Sunday night? I don't know. I guess I was checking out Touched by an Angel, which is great.
Touched by an Angel on CBS. Now, everybody listen up. The only angel that's going to be touching anybody on Sunday night around here is that Dateline angel, Jane Pauley. Check your local listings.
Yeah, after you check them, try my stew. Oh, it's the best darn stew.
Shut up. Now, Marshall, please don't get me wrong. We're really proud to be on NBC.
And NBC's proud to have Noah Wiley returning as Dr. John Carter on the NBC smash hit ER. Check your local listings.
Yeah, who needs that no good varmint George Clooney? He never...
Cletus, I told you not to mention that damn dirty dog
All right,
George
just
Clooney
take it
around
easy.
me.
Just take it easy, Marshall, all right? Are you sure you were all very loyal to NBC here? Everyone that works on the show.
All right, don't get your shorts all twisted up, boys. You're not the ones I'm worried about. It's your audience.
Well, I'm sure that they're very loyal. I mean, why else would they be here if they didn't love NBC?
Well, if they're so loyal, you wouldn't mind me asking them some questions now, would you?
No, go right ahead. That's fine.
Come on, Cletus, let's go.
Boy, I hope somebody up there likes my stew.
Y'all like NBC? Well, Cletus, this seems like a pretty friendly audience. I don't think we need to take this much further. You boy, what's the name of Fraser's dog?
Oh, Fraser's dog. It's,
I don't remember. Just shot my husband because he didn't know the name of that guy's dog.
That guy!
Marshall's out of his mind. That guy really means business. I can't believe he would do that.
It's totally out of control. I mean, who cares what the name of Fraser's dog is? I mean,
We'll take a break, folks. When we come back, Fabio's gonna be here. Everything's cool, Marshall. tonight has been called the sexiest man in the world. He's appeared on the covers of numerous romance novels, calendars, and posters. Ladies and gentlemen, it's true. It's Fabio.
Thank you for having me.
Fabio, you're covered up tonight. Last time you were on the show,
after
wearing a plunging neckline thing, the giant man boobs were out.
Pamela Anderson was on the show, I thought,
Oh, you thought you can't compete with Pam Anderson?
No,
a close second, my friend.
Frank told me, it's like it was bigger than me.
All right, now it is, we have you on the show tonight for a purpose, my friend. Which is that it's Valentine's Day on Sunday, and we thought who could give better Valentine's Day tips than Fabio.
Okay. Let's see.
I love the confidence. The confidence. Okay, here we go.
Let's see.
I am Fabio. I will know what to do. No one must question Fabio. I bow to you, Fabio. I'm going to say Fabio as many times as I can in this interview. Fabio.
So what you want to do?
Okay.
Let's see. You want to indulge those 5 senses.
5 senses, yes.
So you want to cook for your girlfriend. A very romantic dinner.
Okay.
No home delivery. Just
microwave? Food. Can the microwave be used?
Nice home meal.
Okay.
And candlelight and everything.
Okay.
And I brought you a Valentine present. Of course, I can't believe it's not butter. That's the secret.
That was the lowest.
That is the secret.
Fabio, in 5.5 years on the air, that was the lowest. And I'm holding it up. Ah! Oops, I dropped it.
So after that, you cook a dinner.
Yes.
Candlelight dinner.
Yes.
Put some nice romantic music on the background.
Right.
Massage.
Wait, what, you're massaging her? Is this before the meal or afterwards?
No, this after the meal.
Oh.
And
after the meal.
Use, I can't believe it's not butter.
Anything you can use it, God bless you.
Right.
After that, bubble bath.
You still can't believe it's not butter. It's been years.
I still can't believe it.
Are you starting to think it's possible that it's butter? Are you starting to think like maybe that's...
it tastes so good you can't tell the difference.
What if I produced some scientists who could tell you it's not butter?
Okay.
All right. So that
after that, nice bubble bath.
Bubble bath?
Bubble bath, yeah. Women love bubble bath.
And you get in the bubble bath with the woman?
With the woman.
Okay.
And after you move to the bedroom in front of the fireplace. And,
but you're covered with bubbles at this point.
No, you get dry and everything. You move into the room.
Okay, you kind of slip into the room. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Slip into the room.
Okay.
And you can start acting some bed night story like...
acting a bed night story?
Yeah, like...
Wait a minute.
Like Little Red Riding Hood and the Bad Wolf. So now...
I'm curious, which one are you?
No, which one are you going to be? Little Red Riding or the Big Bad Wolf?
Big Bad Wolf.
Okay.
You're the big bad wolf, aren't you, you rascal?
No.
You're very successful with women, Fabio. That's why I adore you. I look up to you. You're my role model. What is it? What's the longest you've gone without having a date, do you think, like in the last year or two? Like, what's the longest Fabio goes, because that is your name, Fabio. What is the longest Fabio goes?
Remind me.
Fabio, what is the longest that you go without a date?
The longest I went?
In the last year, yeah.
About 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
Yeah.
Now, are you just tearing your hair out? When Fabio was without... What has happened? What's gone wrong? How has the system failed when 2 weeks go by and Fabio has not been with a woman?
Was a tough time in my life.
Except for you?
He was in a coma.
Yeah, right. He
coma, and actually the coma lasted 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So,
I heard a nurse came in at the end.
Yeah.
And now, last time Fabio was on the show, people love to hear about the backstage stories. The show is over, and we're walking out, and Fabio puts his arm around me, and he says, Conan, you must come out to L.A. and come see my apartment. It's got the most amazing stereo. Now, you apparently have a legendary stereo system. Tell us about this stereo.
Well, you know, those speakers, they're so big, they will blow your clothes off. They're huge.
And why do you want me to see these speakers, Fabio?
I was thinking you were coming with your girlfriend.
Yeah, right. Thanks, pal. Oh, that makes it better. You want to... No, I just want to see your girlfriend naked. I meant no harm. What do you mean? Are they really that powerful? How big are these speakers?
They're about 9.5 feet tall.
That's crazy. Do you live in the speaker?
Yeah, I love music.
Yeah.
I just love music.
Right.
So, you know, it's like that's just one of my hobbies.
How powerful are they?
Very powerful.
And what kind of music do you listen to on them?
Classic rock, modern jazz, new age music.
Yeah, because that's really good when you crank it up. New age music.
Well,
You want to really hear the bass on the new age music, the funky bass. I got to ask you about your book. You wrote a book.
Yeah.
It's called Champion. Now tell us what's the process of writing the book?
Well,
Is that you on the cover? I guess it is.
Yeah,
that's what I was talking about earlier. Get a shot of the man boob right there. That is.
It's very simple. I come out with all the plots and ideas, and I have a ghostwriter who does the rest.
Ghostwriter. Right. Okay.
Right.
And how involved were you with the ghostwriter?
I love America.
You don't know what the hell you don't know.
Country in the world.
You haven't read this book, have you, Fabio?
Hey, I love it.
There's a character in here, Ignatius. Who's Ignatius?
You know, it's your accent. I didn't understand the name. It's your accent. I don't understand.
I forgive you because you are Fabio. And that's the important thing. Thor, God of Thunder is opening next year. That's a cartoon.
Right.
Are you the voice of Thor?
Yeah, I'm the voice of Thor, you know, and also Charlton Heston is going to play my father. And also I'm here to ask you if you will do a voice.
You want? Oh, yeah, that's great. I'd be a really good superhero voice.
No, you know.
I didn't rock it to the top, Fabio, on my voice. If there's like a little character that's like, hey, Fabio, let's go.
But you used to,
Hi, Fabio.
oh, come on. You used to work for The Simpsons.
Look out there. Yeah, I worked for The Simpsons, but I thought of jokes for The Simpsons. I didn't do the voice.
Yeah, but you know, like, we can find a good voice for you.
I was
like...
the voice of Lisa Simpson for 2 years. You don't want me. It says down here at the bottom, mention, I can't believe it's not butter. And I can't believe you worked that in. Fabio, it's always a treat. I can't wait for a big double date. Fabio, everybody, we'll be right back. Orgy's coming on the program. We'll see you in a second. Back. My next guest comes to us from Southern California. They're here tonight to perform a song from their new album, Candy Ass. Please welcome Orgy.
This is a memory of Chad Federici. Treat me like you do.
Thank you. Good night.
Hey, that was great. Orgy, everybody, we'll take a break. We'll be right back. Thanks for doing it. All right, everybody, we're back. That is our show for the night. I want to thank all my guests. Fabio, you got to give it up for Fabio. I love this guy. Our thanks to Bill Maher for being here, sharing his insights with us. Our thanks to Orgy for being on the program. Of course, you got your Andy Richter, Nice Weinberg 7. Stay tuned for Friday night. We'll see you Monday. Bye-bye.